Quan Alexander has been traded. Of course, that's the reason you clicked on this video. Today, November 2nd, halfway point through the season, Kwon Alexander has been traded to the Saints for Kiko Alonso and a conditional 5th round pick. Guys, after yesterday's abysmal loss, this comes as no surprise here. Like, the 49ers just got whooped again for the second time this year. And John Lynch and the 49ers in general just said, you know what, it's time to sell because this team is not ready to compete this year. And I'd have to agree with them. Like, everything the 49ers have done this year hasn't been that much to write home about. Like, okay, let me break this down to you. The 49ers have had 2 blowouts. They've been blown out twice this year. Miami, Seattle. Yesterday was a blowout, regardless of what the score is. Nick Mullins came in there, padded up some nice stats, but Seahawks knew they were done. And then we go into what happened during week 1 and week 4, which was the game against Arizona. Lost close, had it under control, but they lost. And then the game against the Eagles. Should have won, but they lost. Ultimately, they lost. So that's 4 games that they've lost. And then the 4 wins, yeah, they've been impressive, but 2, you can argue that the only real true impressive win was against the Rams, who look like they're pretty good, but even they lost to Miami this past weekend. And then the Patriots, I mean, are they really that good? For that week, I went in saying the Patriots aren't really that good. So here we are. The Niners are 500. So who are the Niners really? Well, John Lynch says we're not contenders this year. Trading Quan Alexander not only clears up cap space for next year, it's also a reflection of what the 49ers think they are right now. They don't think they're a playoff team. And yesterday proved that to me. Yeah, they're 500. They're 4-4. They're not terrible. They're not the worst team in the NFL. They're not the best team. They're middle of the pack, and that's kind of the worst spot you want to be in right now. You either want to be the top tier, or if you're really that terrible, you want to be the bottom tier, top pick. The Niners are flying under the radar right now. They're like 4-4, but are they really gonna challenge someone in the playoffs if they make it? They still have a shot, but is it worth it? Again, you have so many bad contracts that aren't playing for you right now. D Ford, how can we wiggle out of that contract? I mean, Tart is last year here. That would be a nice piece to move right now. Quan Alexander was clear. I mean, he was taking up a lot of cap space. We have Dre Greenlaw. Some argue he's even better. And there were reports, I think Ian Rappaport said, they tried to trade Quan after the Super Bowl, but he was hurt. He was injured. Now that he's healthy, they decided to pull the trigger. And I think this loss kind of shined light to that even more. Dante Pettis, I don't even know why he made the trip back home. Like, they should have left him in Washington. That fumble that he had yesterday just sums up his career here. I don't understand it. Regardless if the Niners are broke with money, they don't have someone to bump up. You just gotta cut him. I mean, the fan base is so irritated with Dante Pettis. It doesn't make any sense. He does not contribute. And the fact is, he's returning kickoffs. No. But Quan being traded, just basically proves that the Niners are sellers at this point, which is a smart move in my opinion. I even if the Niners make it to the playoffs, if they have a run, make it to the playoffs, I don't think they have enough right now that's healthy to make a Super Bowl run. Because at the end of the day, this is what it's all about. But they aren't good enough to make a Super Bowl run. And so sometimes you have to look yourself in the mirror, look hard and say, is this team ready to compete? They're nowhere close to what they had last year. So John Lynch is basically hitting a reset for 2021. Now, about yesterday's loss, a lot of people are to blame. Some people are saying Jimmy Garoppolo. He's not the quarterback. We need a franchise quarterback. And it's very much possible that, this will be Jimmy's last year, because he is also another player who will take a huge loads of money next year. Not a huge cap hit, but there's still like $24 million for the next 2 years. So will he have to, maybe Niners ask him to renegotiate that contract so we can start playing other players like Trent Williams? Fred Warner will have to get paid. And so the Niners are looking themselves in the mirror right now and saying, okay, what do we need to do? How do we get rid of these contracts? And so it starts with Quan, but honestly, that's just one piece to the puzzle. There's still so many other players that could get moved here within the next 24 hours. I can still see the Niners, possibly making 1 or 2 moves in order to sell some of the assets they have. And then we look at corner. I mean, like I said, the majority of the secondary is on their last year. We look at Jason Verrett. He could help a team out there. Akello Witherspoon can help a team out there. And so, Niners do have some pieces that teams will benefit from. And the Niners, though those pieces aren't taking like a huge amount of cap space, it does help you with the upcoming draft. What's the possibility of them re-signing all these guys anyways? So if they're going to walk, might as well, get something from them now. So that's kind of the mentality going in. John Lynch, I think, will have a busy 24 hours. This loss, the loss Sunday, just kind of could be a blessing in disguise for this Niner team, because they still have some legitimate holes. And it doesn't help when you have so much money invested in the injured reserve, which the Niners have this year. Dee Ford, Richard Sherman. I mean, the list goes on and on. And I get it. That's not the 49ers' fault that they have all those injured players. But the truth of the matter is, if you're not playing, you're just not playing. And it's considered a bad move. Dee Ford being one of them. And so here we are. Niners are in a tough spot. But again, I think John Lynch is doing the right move in selling some of these assets now and get something out of them before it's too late. So let me know what you guys think about this Quan Alexander move. Who do you think will be on the move next? Here we have a 24-hour window, and so the Niners play in the next 72 hours. So, a lot going on here in 49er land. But again, let me know in the comment section below. Thank you all for watching. And as always, we'll see you on the next one, guys. Peace.